Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Okay, sir. Sure. Yeah. Yes, yes. So, yeah, it makes sense. Correct.
Hello.
ஏகப்பட்ட லேயர் போட்டிருப்பாங்க நடுவில் போட்டு வச்சிருப்பாங்க. நான் அன்னைக்கு இதுக்கு போனேன், எங்கேயோ காரைக்குடிலதான் ஏதோ கடைக்கு போனேன், ஜவுளி கடைக்கு. வளைச்சு
This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. Is I audible?
It is audible.
Okay, right. No, so thanks for confirmation. Okay, right. So no, yesterday what we did, so we have dealt with an administration part, right? Okay. So what we did, so we have created a custom app called as a Dell sales application. Okay. So for that application, so we have so we have added these tabs. Okay. The lead, account, contact, and opportunity. So these are the standard objects, right? So these are the standard objects we have added to our Dell sales application, the custom application. Okay. So just we'll have a quick revision. So what is a lead? Okay. So who is interested in our product or service is called as a lead. So when we feel them as a qualified prospect, so we'll convert a lead. So if we convert a lead, what happens? Automatically an account, contact, and opportunity will be created and populated within a lead data. Okay. So this something, so we are, so this functionality we are getting within a out of box, okay, Salesforce out of box functionality. And these are the standard objects. Okay. And so we have created a custom object called as a payment object. Okay. So, and we have created the custom fields, right? So we have created the custom fields, okay, the credit card fields and the debit card fields, and we have differentiated the payment. So based upon the record type. Okay. So on selecting of the record type, you can see the credit card fields. Okay. If you go with a debit card, you can see the debit card fields. Okay. So up to here we have discussed. Okay. So and apart from that, we have discussed about the environments, and we have discussed about the user, okay, and how the user will varies with the environments, and we have discussed about the profile and a permission set. Okay. So something we have discussed within an out of box, okay, under administration. Okay. So apart from this, so many things are there. Okay. So to understand from administration perspective, but for today, so let me take the customization thing. Okay. How we need to write a name, how to. So when we go for a customization means, something is not possible within a configuration. Okay. So when something is not possible within a configuration, okay, we go within a customization. Okay. So customization means, okay, so we'll write in a code over there. Okay. Fine. Okay. So we'll take some example why we go for the customization. So here for a simple example, okay, for simple reason. Okay. Suppose the client is okay with all these fields. Okay. He's okay with all these fields, but he need to have his own header. Okay. Own header in the sidebar. For this simple reason also, we need to customize. So we need to do the customization of, we need to write in a coding over here. Okay. So before so digging before going to the customization, okay, so I would like to make you understand. Okay. So the MVC architecture. Okay. So all web application, okay, so all web applications will follow an MVC architecture, right? Okay. Actually, we are in the cloud. Okay, we are about to create in a cloud application, but so before that, let me talk about the web application. Okay. Okay, so web application. Okay, all the web application will follows MVC architecture. Okay, the model, view, and controller architecture. So all the application will follows MVC architecture. Okay, so web applications MVC. So first we'll understand this. Okay, on differentiation. will understand the cloud computing application also. Right, okay, so M stands for model, okay, V stands for view, and C stands for a controller, okay. A controller here, okay, suppose if you take a traditional, so suppose if you take an example, suppose we are creating a login page, okay. So where we'll have a username, okay, where we'll have a username, password, and submit button, okay. A submit button, okay. So this is part of UI, okay. So this is part of user interface, okay, means this will comes under UI, this will comes under view, okay. So what you are, what is part of user interface, okay, what you are seeing, okay, so that will comes under the view. So this, okay, so this we can develop, I'm trying to, okay, I'm trying to, if I compare with a traditional language like Java, so here, no, here this view can be developed within a HTML or in a JSP, right? This can be developed within a HTML or JSP, okay. So once we give the username and the password, on clicking on the submit button, what happens? So this, so the username and the password, okay. So this should be captured, right? The username and the password should be captured by another program. So generally that program is called as a controller program. Okay, so we'll have a controller program, okay. So on clicking on, so generally we enter the username and the password, okay. On clicking on the submit button, okay, in order to capture these values, okay, so we need to have another program. So generally that program we call it as a controller program, okay. So here, okay, so this UI, okay, this UI or this view will be developed in traditional Java. We can create with an HTML, we can create with an HTML or a JSP, okay. We'll create with an HTML or a JSP, okay. And this controller program, okay, the program which is capturing the username and the password, okay, and we capture here and will perform the business logic here, okay. In this program itself will perform the business. So for example, suppose we had a password and a confirm password also here, suppose on registration, okay. So here we'll check whether the password and the confirm password is same or not, okay. That type of business logic we perform in the controller program itself. So in Java, so this controller program can be in a servlet, okay, or it can be in a struts, okay. Servlet program or a struts programs, okay. Servlet or struts program, okay. So after processing, after processing your business logic, okay, we'll save, okay. So we will save that details into a so database, okay, the local database. So whether it may be so MySQL or Oracle, okay. So we need to save these field values, right? We need to save these values into a database. So after processing, after processing the business logic, we'll save that thing into a database. So in order to save into the database also, we need to write in a separate program. So generally that program is called as a model program, okay. So that program is in a model program. So usually we do, if I compare with Java, so we do with a JDBC or Hibernate, okay. So JDBC or Hibernate, okay. So with this, so these are the model programming, okay. So with this, we'll insert into a database, whether it is in a Oracle or a MySQL, okay. Suppose if it is an Oracle, we write the program accordingly. If it is in a, so if it is in a other than Oracle or other database, we'll write accordingly, okay. Okay, so the view is, so this one, okay. So the view is HTML or JSP, and controller is servlets or struts, okay. And the model program is JDBC or Hibernate, okay. So this is in traditional Java language, okay. But if I take this cloud computing one, okay, so the Salesforce, okay. So this presentation logic, okay. So this presentation logic we write in Visual Force pages. We write in Visual Force pages, okay. Let me write here. So this presentation logic will develop within a Visual Force pages. Okay, so with Visual Force pages. Okay, so what are these Visual Force pages means? So this Visual Force pages has been built on HTML 4.0. Okay, it has been built on HTML 4.0. as it is built on HTML 4.0. Okay, so this is also tag oriented. Okay, how HTML is tag oriented. Okay, in the same way, so this Visual Force page is also tag oriented because it has been developed. It has been developed within HTML 4.0. Okay, and in order to have a good look and feel, okay, so we'll create with so that will be also a tag oriented here. Okay, so we'll create any tags like this. I mean, suppose so the tag will be updated with an Apex. Okay, suppose Apex page. Okay, so this is tag oriented. Okay, we'll open the tag and we'll close the tag. So it is tag oriented. Why? Because it has been built on HTML 4.0. Right. And again, so now to have a good look and feel. Okay, we can embed this. We can embed these Visual Force pages with all scripting languages. So why we need to embed with all scripting? With need of embedding means, so now to have a good look and feel. Okay, so we can embed within a CSS. Okay, we can embed within a JavaScript. Okay, we can embed within Bootstrap. Okay, so with all scripting languages we can embed. Okay, so this is so like this we'll create an UI. Okay, we'll create an UI. Okay, once we create an UI, okay, so in order to capture, the UI values, okay, so we need to have a controller program, right? In Java, it is servlets or studs. So whereas here we say it as in controllers. We say it as controllers only, means it is an Apex classes here. The controllers are Apex classes. Okay, so Apex classes only. So we'll have a standard controller. We'll have a standard controller, custom controller, and extensions. So the controller programs we write at sales. Okay, at Salesforce. So anyhow, this is an Apex class only. Okay, it will be a class only. Right. Okay. Again, these Apex classes. Okay, this Apex will be like very similar like in your Java program. Why? Because even this force outcome platform. Okay, even this force outcome platform has been built on Java. Okay, on Java platform, like how Java is developed in C language. Okay, and how you are using the keywords of C language in the Java language. So as this platform, as this force outcome platform has been built on built within a Java. Okay, we can make use of Java keywords here, and the syntax is also very similar like your Java only. Okay, right. Okay, so that's so in order to understand Apex classes, okay, we need to have a prerequisite of core Java. Okay, core Java is more enough. Okay, right. And so the model program. Okay, so the model program means, so after processing the business logic in order to save into the database. Okay, as you discussed, we need to have a model program, right? So in Java it is JDBC or Hibernate. So here there is no need to write in a model program. So why there is no need to write in a model program means, so if it is not in a cloud environment, okay, so definitely so we need to deal with the different databases. Okay, but as we are in the cloud environment, okay, so we will have only committed single database will be there. Okay, so direct here, no need to write in a some model program. So directly we can save into that cloud database. Okay, a cloud database as as of now. So this cloud this database is for Salesforce. Google is providing. Okay, Google and Salesforce has been migrated. Okay, regarding the database. Okay, so this database will be at Google side only. Okay, so what I mean to say here means, as we are committed within a single database and the environment. Okay, so there is no need to write in a model program. So directly within a DML operation we can insert into the objects. Okay. So directly we can insert into an objects into a Salesforce objects, so whether it is a custom object or a standard object. Okay, directly we can insert. Okay, we'll write only two programs only: Visual Force pages and Apex classes. Right. So we'll see. So we'll see how to write in a program. Okay. So here, okay, not write in a program. Okay, so directly you can go to the developer console. Okay, so from here, okay, you can go to the developer console. a developer console. Okay, so let me create the Visual Force page. Okay, so first what I do, means, okay, so I'll talk about the standard controller. So later I will discuss about the custom controller and extension. Okay, so and what when to write what. Okay, okay. Suppose, so just so what is the requirement here? The client is okay with all these fields, but he's not interested with the header in the sidebar. Okay, so means we'll remove this header in the sidebar, and we need to customize all these fields with coding. Okay, okay. So with coding, okay. But here, what is it? If you try to understand the requirement clearly, so just we need to save into an object only. Okay, so before saving, we are not no. So the client is not interested in any post logic. Okay, and no, he's not interested with any custom logic. Sorry, any any post logic like navigating to another page. Okay, and before saving also. Okay, so no need to write any validation check here. Okay, so just we need to save into an object without header. You need to have some layout like this. Okay, so where header will not be there. Okay, where header should not be there. Okay, so just we need to insert into the object. Okay, means before saving. Okay, so we are not performing. Okay, he's not in no, so there is no custom validations, any validation check, and after saving also we are not navigating to any other page. Okay, means no post logic is also involved. Okay, just we are saving it to an object. Okay, at that time we'll write in a standard controller. Okay, no need to. Okay, so just we'll write in a standard controller. Okay, so for this standard controller, so there is no need to write an apex class. Okay, so just we create a Visual Force page only. Okay, we'll create a Visual Force page only, and we don't write an apex class. So please try to understand the requirement again clearly. So what is the requirement here? So just we need to save into the object. Okay, so no need to have no. So what is the requirement? Client not needed the header. Okay, so just he need this data. Just we need to save. Okay, before saving, no need to write, no need to perform any validation check. Okay, and after saving also no need to have any post logic like navigating to other page like that. Just plain save. Okay, in that case no need to write an apex class. Okay, we can deal with a Visual Force page only, right? Now let me show how to create a Visual Force page. Okay, go to file, new. Okay, Visual Force page. Okay, here you need to give the page name. Okay, so as I am trying to what I'm doing. Okay, I'm trying to update account, right? Okay, thus I'm saying custom account page. I'm trying to customize the account page here. Okay, so thus I'm giving this name, custom account page. Okay, as I said, so this is tag oriented. Okay, so this is tag oriented. Okay, so so this is a hierarchy we need to follow. Okay, so the page will be the okay parent tag. Okay, in the parent tag we need to have. So let me show. Okay, so what is this page? Okay, so let me show. So this is page, right? Okay, this is totally page. This total is a page here. Okay, and so from here, okay, means I mean to say from here the page starts, and from here. Okay, so this is a page block. Okay, from here this is a page block, and this is a page block sections. Okay, the page block sections, and the page block sections will have the fields. Okay, so this is a hierarchy. Okay, so this is a hierarchy. Okay, the page will contains page block will contains. Okay, well, because we are trying to replicate the same so the same UI, right? Okay, so we need to follow this hierarchy. Okay, so page block. Okay, this is page block, and page block is having page block sections, and the page block sections is having the fields. Okay, so let me create accordingly, right? Okay, so page block. Okay, so and a page block will contains page block section. Right, okay, let me save this. Okay, you can see the errors here. Okay, you can see any syntactical mistake. Okay, suppose you're not closing correctly. Okay, that syntactical mistake you can see from the problems. Okay, so it is not structured correctly. Okay, so you can understand these syntax errors from here itself. Right, okay, the page block sections. Okay, we can create multiple page block sections. So here also we had multiple, in the account also we had multiple page block sections set. Okay, so thus I'm creating multiple page block session here. Right. Fine, okay, I've created two sessions. Okay, in this I'll create in a field. Okay, so first let me talk about the attributes. Okay, this is the name. So this is a tag. Okay, this every tag will contains these attributes. Okay, we can make use of these attributes according to your requirement. Okay, so first let me talk about the title. Okay, so title is an attribute that will be available for all the tags. Okay, so here to make you understand, just I'm saying it's in a page title, so that okay we can see okay where it is displaying. Okay. Okay, here I'm saying page block. Okay, so page block title. So here I'm saying, so why I'm doing this, to see okay where it is displaying, so that we can create the fields accordingly, or we can understand the hierarchy accordingly. Okay, so page block session 1 title. So here, so title. So here I'm saying page block session title. Right. So just created this. Okay, let me create so we can make use of HTML tags also. We can make use of an HTML tags also. Why? Because it has been developed with HTML 4.0. Like how we can make use of the so C keywords in Java language in the same way. So we can, as it is built on HTML 4.0. Okay, we can make use of the HTML tags also here. So just I'll make use of this bold tag of HTML. Okay, and I will make use of center tag of HTML. Okay, so just I'm saying account edit page, like that I'm naming something here. Account edit page. Okay, so like this I'm naming. Okay, right. So just in a simple tags we had. So how to run this program? Okay, how to run this program means, okay, so what is the program name? We have created application page, right? Okay, fine. Okay, so click on any object. Okay, so after this domain name, okay, so mysalesforce.com. Okay, after this, so we need to go with so apex slash the program name. Okay, what is the program name we have created? Custom account page. Custom account page. Okay, simple. Why? Because everything is on internet, so we'll run on the URLs itself. Here. Okay, so right. So here we are getting then a page block title here. Okay, so we're so we'll get in a title here. Okay, so we'll get in a page, so the page title we are getting here. Okay, so this is a page block. Okay, and these are the page block sessions, right? So just now why I went within a title to make you understand. Okay, so where it is displaying and what is this, right? So now, so what is our requirement? The basic requirement, we need to remove this header, right? Okay, we need to remove this header and the sidebar. Okay, so that is a requirement. Okay, because of that we are doing any customization, right? Right. So in this case, okay, so we need to work with these tags. Okay, so show header, very simple. Okay, show header by default that will be true. We'll make it as false. Okay, and sidebar also. Okay, but sidebar by default that will be true. Just I'm making it as false so that you don't get the header and the sidebar. All right. Okay, so we are getting so here we are not getting the header and the sidebar, correct? So we are not getting the header and the sidebar. Okay, so this is something we have created. Okay, so these are the sessions, right? Okay, now let me create the fields. So 1 second, please. sorry, I'm sorry. Right. Okay. So in the sessions, we'll create the fields. Okay. So in order to create the fields, so here, so we can make use of, so these are all the input fields. Okay. Okay. So we had these input fields. Okay. Input field, input file, input checkbox, text area, hidden field, secret. Okay. So for the password, we'll create in, no, we need to make use of this input secret. Okay. And input field and input text. Okay. So by the name itself, we can understand many, but we need to understand what is, no, so this only little confusing, right? Okay. What is the difference between the text and a field? Okay. We'll try to understand what is the difference between the text and field. Okay. Apart from that, everything, okay, everything will act according the name. Okay. Let me take the text one. So input text. Okay. So this will contain, so here this is a tag, input text is an tag. So here I'll go with the name. So you can see all the tags here. Okay. So label. Okay. So what you would like to have. Okay. So that is in a label. Okay. What I'm trying to do now. So just I'm trying to create. Okay. Let me take this field. Account name. Okay. So account name is the first field, right? Account name. So this and label I'm giving. And so we'll talk about the value also. Okay. A value here. Okay. So account name and a value here. Or I don't give value because this time, okay, so I'm giving, so whenever, so please understand, so here, whenever I have given this input, so here, so let me remove this also, we'll try to understand from the errors itself. So here, whenever I write, so whenever I write an input text, okay, so what is an error message I'm getting, okay, so must occur between the tags. Okay, so why we are getting this means, so whenever you include, okay, so whenever you write an okay, so whenever you write an input text, okay, so input text we need to write in a form here. So why? Because without form, okay, without form tag, we cannot deal with an input text. Okay, so okay, whenever you work with an whenever you deal with an input, okay, so definitely we need to have the form tag. Okay, as we are giving the input, right? As we are giving, suppose it is in a submit form. Okay, submit form. Okay, so thus we need to work within a form tag. Suppose if it is in a select form, okay, just we need to we are trying to see the fields. Okay, a display one means no need to write a name. So no need to write in a form tag. Okay, as we have included this input tag, okay, we need to include the form tag. All right. Okay, so now we don't get an error. Right. Okay, so now, so label. So here I'm saying it as an account name and value. Okay, so value here directly I need to save into an object, right? So here I can make uses of this language. Okay, this is an expression language. Okay, and I will say it as account dot name. Okay, account dot name here. Okay, directly I need to save into this, save into this field actually. Okay, so the name is a standard field, right? It is a standard field. Okay, so now we are getting an unknown property. So why we are getting an unknown property means because we are not included the controller here. I'll go with a standard controller and I'm saying account. So what I'm trying to do here, directly I'm trying to insert into the account object. Okay, so thus I'm going within a standard controller. Okay, so without header in the sidebar, I need to create in a form. Okay, in that form to insert the data. Okay, insert the data. Okay, so thus I'm going within a standard controller here. When we go within a standard controller, okay, so directly you can go with object name followed by the field name. So it is like how you call a static method by a class name, right? We can call the static method by directly, right? So if you take an so what we have discussed yesterday, okay. So here, so in order to these are the non-statics. So just I'm saying, okay, these are non-static methods. In order to call the non-static methods, what we need to do, we need to create an object reference. With an object reference only, we can call this. Okay, we can call the non-static methods. Suppose if there is a static method, okay, a method with a static keyword, okay, so that you can call directly within a class name. Okay, so for that there is no need to create an object, right? So there is no need to create. Suppose, for example, so we had another method here, static void 100. So this is a method. So this is a static method. So now to call this static method, so there is no need to create this object. No need to create an object reference, means no need to create any independent memory. So directly within a class name. Directly within a class name, you can call the method, right? We can call the method in the same way here also. Okay, so as we are dealing within a standard controller, okay, a standard controller, and we are trying to save directly into the standard object. Okay, so no need to write. Okay, so no need to directly no need to write an apex class. Okay, that is first thing. So directly we can insert into this object. Okay, like so object name followed by the field name. Okay, directly we can insert into this object. Right. So let me create another field. Okay, so this is okay account name. So we'll see. Okay, so just we'll see this first, whether it is inserting or not. Okay, so for inserting we need to have the button, right? Okay, so we need to have a button. So what is a button we need to create? We need to have means, so see here we are just what we are doing now, we are trying to replicate so this account only, this account object, sorry, if I go to the account, we are trying to replicate this one. Okay, so here account name is mandatory field. Okay, so not other one, right? Okay, just we'll take this account, account name, and we'll see, okay, so whether it is inserting or not. Fine. Okay, accordingly, okay, so we'll see, okay, while inserting we'll see the difference also. Okay, so difference between input text and input field also. Let me take one by one. Okay, so we need to have a button, right? Okay, how here we had a button. Okay, the save button. Okay, so this button. Okay, okay, so we'll create that button. Okay, how to create the button means, okay, so we need to create the button. So within a page block buttons, okay, a page block buttons. So in the page block buttons I need to deal with a name. So this page block button, that should be outside the page block sessions only. Okay, so see here also this is outside the sessions, right? Okay, outside the sessions. Okay, if right inside we get another. Okay, so please follow that hierarchy, right? Okay, so page block buttons, in the page block buttons I write a command button. Okay, so we need to create a command button. Okay, so command button. Okay, so this command button will have value. So what is value? What I would like to have over the button. Okay, okay, so value, so we'll have value, and so here we can find from here value, this is fine. Okay, so value and action, sorry, so value and action, right? So this, so what is in a value means what I would like to have over the button. Okay, so that is value. Okay, so instead of so we can take this is also as some reason. Okay, so client, instead of save, okay, you need to have a submit button. Okay, instead of save, you need to have submit button means, okay, again we need to customize. Okay, right, submit. Okay, and in the action, okay, so what I can do means directly I can save it an object. So no need to write in any apex class. Okay, so directly I can save it an object. Why? Because I'm dealing with a standard controller. Okay, standard controller, and I'm dealing with a standard functionality. Okay, means just we are interested in saving into an object only. Before saving, okay, we are not performing any custom validations, and after saving also we are not doing any post logic. Okay, so just plain saving. Okay, so that's directly we can save. Okay, fine. So now we'll save this and we'll see whether the record is getting inserted from here or not. So how to run? So after salesforce.com, go with apex slash followed by the class name. Okay, the Visual Force page name. Okay, custom account page. Right. Okay, so, right. So now we are now so here we are getting the buttons on the top and the bottom. Okay, suppose if you want to get the button only on the bottom, okay, not on the top. By default, you get on top and bottom. Okay, so if we want to have only on the bottom, okay, so I need to deal with location at no. So location attribute, okay, location attribute is for page block buttons only. Okay, so we'll have no, so top and bottom. Okay, so not up and down. Okay, so top and bottom. Okay, so just I'm mentioning it as bottom. Okay, we'll get the bottom itself. Okay, so top and bottom. Okay, you can make use of go with a top and bottom. Okay, so we get only on the bottom. Simple. Right. Okay, now let me. So I'm creating some record. Okay, in the account object. Okay, so Jack. Okay, so Jack is a record I would like to create. Okay, so I'm clicking on the submit. Okay, so here, so the record getting inserted into the Salesforce in the object. Okay, so with the custom visual force page what you have created, okay, the record is getting inserted here, right? So means what we are trying to do, okay, we are customizing this, okay, so we are customizing this and it is working accordingly, okay, without header in the sidebar. Instead of save, we went with a submit button. Okay, right. Okay, so this is okay, so yeah, so this is input text. Okay, we are talking about the difference between input text and input field also, right? So input text. Okay, so the input text, okay, that is input text. Okay, let me say, let me go with this field. Okay, input field. So the input field will also have label. We'll try to understand the difference. Okay, so here instead of so this is a label, right? Okay, I'm saying account name. Here also I'm saying account name. Okay, so value. So value here also directly I would like to save into an object. Sorry, into the same field only. Okay, into the name field only. Okay, we try to understand what is the difference between the input text and input field. Okay, so this is for name. Okay, so we had no, so these are the fields, right? Okay, here. So if you go to the objects, okay, you can see these are the fields. So these are the standard fields. Okay, so I went with the name now. Okay, we have not created any custom field here. Okay, we have created in this object. Okay, okay, now let me take this industry also. Okay, so those are the fields actually, right? Okay, so let me, we'll see the difference in terms of industry also. Okay, so instead of account name, okay, this is a label. Okay, you can give anything else. So according to your the UI requirement. So industry, instead of industry, I'm saying an account industry here, right? Okay, so here industry is in a, okay, industry is in a field. Okay, so thus you need to give this correctly. Okay, why no, so this is in a field in the account object. So this is something you get on the UI. Okay, that you can according to your requirement you can give anything. Right, now we'll see the difference. Okay, the difference between the input text and input field. So apex / custom application page. So I'm running that visual force page. So here, so this we have created within a, so this we have created within an input text. So this we have created with an input field. Again here, this is with input text and input field. Okay, so what is the difference? So here, if you go with an input field, we get along with the property. Okay, so what is the property of the name? So name is a standard field, right? So thus we get the mandatory as in a property. Okay, so so the required thing as property. So without giving this field value, okay, to stop you. Okay, so this property we are getting along. This property we are getting with an input field. Okay, input field means we get along with the property. Okay, so here also so these are all the pick list values. Okay, so that is already there in this field. Okay, so thus we are getting this pick list values also directly, right? So this is an advantage. Okay, so this is an advantage of an input field. Okay, input field means we get along with the, okay, we'll get along with property. Okay, if it is a mandatory, we get a mandatory as property. Pick list values, we get a pick list as property. Suppose if you create in a currency field, okay, so we get that the default currency dollar as a property. And suppose if you created something on based upon the languages also, okay, so we can create these applications in multiple languages like French, Spanish, anything, okay, throughout the world. Okay, we get we'll get that translated value also as a property. Okay, so this so these are an advantages we are having with respect of an input field, right? Okay, so now here okay, so this is recommended, right? So this is recommended to have an input field. Okay, so that's I'm deleting. So for this I'm deleting input text. Okay, I can delete or no, so just as it is a name. So just we are dealing with an example, right? Okay, let it be. Okay, so just I'll create some record here. A GL record I'm creating. Okay, and I'm giving some industry. Fine. Okay, so here the record is getting inserted. Okay, so with this name and industry. Okay, so this is how we'll deal with an so accordingly. Like this we need to create so please understand. Okay, for time being I'm not doing all this. Okay, so usually so we need to create. Okay, we will create so the form accordingly. Okay, so here, okay, here, so this all fields we can create accordingly. Okay, with an input field. Okay, we can create these fields. Okay, and suppose if you want to create this one, so here I'm clicking on the copy address. Okay, suppose if you write something, so billing state. Okay, so right, okay, so just I'm giving something. Okay, so I'm clicking on this copy of billing address. Okay, so what is happening? Okay, here, so what is here that is getting that will be copied in the shipping state also. Okay, how to achieve this one? Okay, so we cannot achieve this. So suppose the client want to have so as he need to have this layout layout without header in the sidebar. So we need to customize this one also, right? So in order to customize this, we'll work within a JavaScript. Why? Because this is not part within a UI. Okay, so we need to have a link, right? So generally I'm clicking on the link. So what are there in the billing billing state? Okay, that is to be copied in the shipping statements. Okay, there comes the a JavaScript. Okay, so like that we need to write our program. Okay, as of now I'm not I'm not working on that JavaScript. Okay, but I'm being right. Okay, so accordingly we'll create this one. Okay, so this is when we are saving it an object without any validation check and without any post logic. So now we'll try to create some custom object and we'll see how to deal. Okay, so let me create some custom object quickly. So we'll take the registration one. Okay, how to create an object. Okay, under create we'll go with an object. Okay, earlier how we have created the payment. So we go with an object. Okay, I'm creating some registration page. I'll say okay, so when this custom we'll write an apex class. And what is the difference between standard controller and custom controller? Okay, I'm creating in a registration object. Okay, the registration will be identified with a so again it will be identified. Okay, so let me take it with the text only. Okay, registration name. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm allowing all this, right? Okay, so if it is in development means only system, okay, the users who is holding the system administrator profile, okay, only they can view this object, right? It should not be like that. Okay, everyone should view, right? Okay, so that's we go within a deployed. So what is deployed? Irrespective to the profile, everyone can view this object. Okay, so this is what we expect. Okay, so that's I'm going this, and we allow such, and if you add nodes, what happens? A related list or a child object. Okay, for this registration, a child object called as nodes and attachments will be created. And on enabling of this checkbox, what happens? A tab will be created, right? Here the tab will be created. Okay, if you don't enable the checkbox, still an object will be created in the backend, and that object will be without tab. Okay, so means it will be a hidden object. Sometimes, okay, sometimes we create a hidden objects also. Okay, at that time we need to disable the checkbox. Fine. Okay, as we have mentioned the tab. Okay, we need to give the tab style here. So registration. Okay, so okay, it is mandatory but not specific. Let me take something related. Okay, registration. Okay. Okay, let me take anything. Okay, so just I'm taking. Okay, I'm taking books. Okay, registration. Fine. So this in the first step. In the second step, I need to assign to the profiles. So finally, I need to assign to the page layout. Sorry, finally, I need to assign to the custom application what we have created. Okay, the Dell sales. So just I'm making it available only for that application, right? Okay, successfully we have created this custom object. The custom object called as a registration object, right? Okay, so now here, so this standard controller, it is not like that. It will be applicable only for the standard object. It will be applicable for the custom objects as well. Okay, so let me create few fields. Okay, we'll create 3 fields. Okay. Okay, so name, so as it is a name. Okay, so a name will be created. Okay, this is a standard field. Right? The name is something that will be created when you create an object itself. Okay, suppose if I take in the registration the username, password, and the confirm password. Okay, so this name I can make use for username. Okay, so now let me create some fields based upon the sign up. I'll create a password field. Okay, I would like to create a password. Okay, I'm taking it as in a text. Okay, this is a backend field. Okay, the backend field. Okay, I'll show how to how to go with the password, the mask one. Okay, on the UI. Okay, so just I'm creating a password field. So right. Okay, 4 steps we'll get. Okay, first we need to select the data type. How select the text. In the second step, we need to give the details. The third step, we need to assign to the profiles. Finally, I need to assign to the page layout. Okay, successfully I've created password. Let me create the confirm password as well. Password, confirm password. Okay, I'm assigned to the profiles. Finally, I need to assign to the page layout. Right, fine. So successfully I've created these fields. Okay, so now let me try to replicate the same thing. Okay, so means what I'm trying to say means let me create a custom controller again. Okay, for the registration object. Okay, so it is not like that. So the standard controller. Okay, that is something related to the standard object only. We can have the standard controller for the custom objects also, but the functionality is standard. Okay, so please understand. Okay, let me do quickly. So just on copy paste, I'll do this. Okay, let me create another page. I'll make you understand, or you will understand. Okay, so why we go for a custom controller instead of standard controller. Okay, so here I'm saying registration. So registration page. Okay, so I'm saying it's in the registration page. Okay, I'm saying it's in the registration page. Okay, so here just I have pasted here. Okay, so instead of account object, I go with a registration object. So here, so as it is in a custom object, okay, we'll get underscore C. Right? Okay, this is a registration. I'll change accordingly. Okay, instead of account edit. Okay, so account edit, I will say so registration edit. So registration edit page. So why we are getting this error? Okay, as we remove this, okay, so as there is no reference for this account, right? Okay, so that's we are getting these errors, right? So that is known error only, no problem. Just we'll take these fields, right? Okay, so for name, okay, so for name, okay, so I need to go with registration.name. Okay, instead of account name, I'll say it as a username. Okay, so here I'll go with so registration, the object, like how you call static method. Okay, static method within a class name. In the same way, I'm pulling object within a field. Right. Okay, so here I'll say it as a password. Okay, so password. Okay, so this password is something that will not be within a text, right? Okay, it will not be with the text. Okay, so that's what I do. I'll go with an input secret here. we had another tag, right? Okay, input secret. So input secret, I'll make use of this tag here. I'm closing. Sorry. So input secret, copy, paste, right. Fine. Okay, so this is okay. So username, okay, this is not needed right now. So this session is not needed. Okay, I'm deleting. Okay, so only 3. Okay, fine. Okay, so accordingly, I need to create for the confirm password also. Right, fine. Okay, so we'll have submit. Okay, this is same. Okay, so here also we are saving into an object. Okay, directly we are saving into a registration object. So please understand, before saving, okay, so we are not performing any validation check. Okay, so like checking whether password is whether the password and the confirm password is same or not. Okay, that we are not doing. So that's okay. No, so, okay, so that's we are going with a standard controller only. Okay, fine. So now if I go to the registration, first we'll see whether it is inserting into the custom object or not. Okay, so how to run? So this is something standard. Okay, we should not run like this, right? Okay, so we need to go with apex / so what is the page we updated? Registration page. Okay, this is a Visual Force page we have created. So registration. Okay, so registration page. Right. Okay, so we are getting this. Okay, so now let me create some records. Okay, the username. Okay, so here the password. Okay, I'm giving the password. Okay, we're getting in. Okay, we're getting in the mask. Okay, so here I'm giving the different password. Okay, password, and this should be confirm password, right? Actually, right. So I need to change the label. So instead of password, I need to set as a confirm password. Just will say and will refresh. Okay, right. So I'm going with some username. Okay, so password. Okay, so I'm going 1 2 3 4, and here I'm going with a different one. Okay, fine. Okay, on clicking on the submit. Okay, so it will be saved. Right, so it is getting inserted. Okay, so we're getting the registration name. Okay, this is a username. Okay, password and the confirm password. But here, even though the password and the confirm password is not same. Okay, so it is getting inserted. Okay, suppose we had a requirement. Okay, so we had a requirement. So when the password and the confirm password is same. Okay, so then only we need to allow for a submit. Okay, in this situation we need to work within a custom controller. Okay, if so this is a custom logic, right? Before saving, okay, we had some custom logic. Okay, or custom validation check. Okay, to check whether the password and the confirm password is same. Okay, so if you have this type of situations, at that time only we'll create a custom controller. If there is no this type of situation, okay, so directly we'll handle within a standard controller only. So now hope you are clear, right? Okay, why we need to go within a custom controller, right? Okay, I'll take another program now. I will write another program. I say custom registration page. Okay, custom registration. Okay, so just custom registration. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, so that should something you know to understand. Right, fine. So now what I do? Okay, so let me create from scratch. Okay, so here we need to go within a controller. Okay, so earlier we went within a standard controller. Okay, so now I'm going within a controller here. Why? Because the custom logic is involved here. Okay, so there won't be any custom controller, just a controller. Okay, controller means it is a custom controller only. Yeah. Okay, so now I say custom controller, and okay, so I'll give some name. Okay, so custom controller, so custom registration controller means this this should be a class here. Okay, so with this name actually we need to create an apex class. So please understand here there is no need to have an apex class. So directly we can save into an object. But here, okay, so, no, as we discussed, okay, the password and the confirm password should be same, and this logic should be involved. And generally, we can write the logic only in method only, right? So please understand, okay, where we can write the custom logic in the method itself, okay. And we cannot have a standalone method, right? Definitely, we need to write in a class here, okay. So that is an apex class. Okay, so now what is an error we get? So here it's saying that this class is not there. Okay, thus we are writing. Thus we need to write this class. So just I have copied that, and this time I'm not going with a Visual Force page. I'm creating an apex class. So this class is for performing the logic. Right. Okay. So now if I save, I don't get an error. Fine. So now, okay, I'll follow the hierarchy. Okay. So we need to have a page block. And the page block should have a page block session, right? Okay. So apex page block section. Right. Okay. Page block session here. Okay. So now I'll create these tags only. So apex input text. Okay. So let me go with that input text for username. Why? Because it's on UI. Okay. So input text. Okay. So label. So label is username. Okay. I'm saying label is username. Okay. The value. Okay. So value. What is the value here? So please understand. Okay. Directly we are not saving to the object. Okay. So we need to capture the value here. Okay. So now I say here username value only. So means what we entered here. Okay. That should be captured by this controller program. And in this controller program, we write the business logic. Right. Okay. So now we'll see what is an error. Okay. I'm writing this. What is an error we are getting? We'll try to build, based on the errors only. Okay. So why we are getting this error? So must be under tags. Okay. Why? Because whenever you include an input field, okay, we need to include the form tag. So because of that, we are getting that error. Right. So this here will close. Fine. Okay. So now what is an error we get? We'll see. So here, what is the error we are getting? It's saying that this property is not there in the apex class. Okay. So we need to create the setter and getter. Okay. So So for this value, we need to create the set and get here. Okay. In the apex class. Okay. So that is an error. Okay. Why? Because what are the value here we enter in the username. Okay. So that should be captured by this controller program. Okay. So not to capture by the controller program. So we need to have a setter and getter. Okay. So public string. So this field value. Okay. For this, directly can set in it. You can go with set and get here. Okay. So no need to write in a separate method. Okay. So directly we can write in a set and get here. Okay. Set and get. So what is set and what is a get means? Setting means you are setting in a value from Visual Force space to controller. Okay. So means while you are inserting, we deal with a set actually. Set and get. Right. Okay. So set and get 1 sec. Set and get. I think it will be like this. Okay. So now I'm working with an advanced program. Okay, that's right. Fine. Okay. So set and get here, right? So what is in a set means? Okay, setting in a value from the Visual Force space to the controller here. Okay. So means as of now, when you are inserting, okay, we need to deal within a set only, right? Means what is the value here we entered. Okay. So within a set method that so that value will be captured here. That is set. Okay. And what is in a get means? Okay. So suppose we need to display the data on the on select. Okay. On selecting from the object, we need to display as in a table. Okay. At that time we need to deal with a get. So get means okay. So from apex class to controller. Okay. Getting values, or you can remember like this. Okay. So this set and get So this is in terms of Visual Force page only. Okay, setting means you are setting from Visual Force page to controller. Okay, getting means again you are getting to the Visual Force page only, but from Apex class. Right. Okay, so I have created set and get for username. So accordingly, let me create for. Okay, let me create the fields for password also. Okay, so here we need to go with input secret, right? And input secret. Okay, so instead of username, I'm saying it as a password. Okay, so here I said okay, here I said username. Okay, so go with some meaningful name. Okay, so username it won't make sense. Okay, so it's a value, right? Okay, so just let me go with value. Okay, so here also I need to go with a username value. So here I say password value. Okay, so now what is error we get? So we get an error saying that this property is not existed. So here, so why we are getting this error means okay, this should be saved. So here this star mark says that this is not saved. So let me save this. First we need to save the controller and followed by the Visual Force page. Okay, so then only you'll get the correct hierarchical errors. Right. Okay, so now what is error we are getting? The password value is not there. Right? Okay, so I'll copy this. So here I say public string password set and get. Fine. Okay. Let me create for confirm password also. So quickly I do confirm password. Here I'm saying C password value. Okay, so confirm password value. So what you entered that will be captured by a controller program within a set and get with a set actually. But as they are given in the combination, okay, we are going within a combination here. Actually, we need to only set, but Salesforce has given it as a combination. Right. Okay. So this is fine. Okay. So I'll take this button help from here. Okay. The page block buttons here also page block button. The page block button will have a comment button. But here, no, so directly we cannot save it in object, right? Why? Because it is not in a standard controller. Okay. So we need to have, okay, so here, whatever thing you write here. So why we are getting this error? So we are getting this error because this page block. So here, what is the error we are getting now? Must be under parent direct. Okay, so means this should not be outside the page block. It should be inside the page block and outside the page block sessions. Right. So now, so here. So now what is error we are getting? So we're getting the error. So this method is not there. Okay, earlier as it is a standard controller, directly we have saved. Okay, so but now as it is in a custom controller, and we have intended to write this custom controller to perform some custom logic. Okay, so thus it is saying to write in a method. Okay, so with this we need to write in a method here because we can perform the logic in the method itself. Okay, so public void. I'm going with this method. Okay. Okay, so void means it will not return anything. Okay, so fine. So just we are inserting. Okay, we are not navigating to another skin. Okay, if you want to navigate to another skin means at that time, it will not be void. Okay, we go with another reference. Fine. Okay, right. So now what happens? What is the value you entered here? Okay, you entered here. That will be so on clicking on the submit. Okay, so please understand on clicking on the submit, what are the values you entered here that will be captured by this controller program by this setter and getter. Okay, so the values will be here. So now, okay, so here I'll perform. Okay, so what why we are writing all this? So because we need to check. Okay, before saving, we need to check whether the password, the confirm password, is same or not. If it is same, then only we need to allow to insert. Okay, if not means will not. Okay, so here I'm saying the password value is not equals to, sorry, if the password value is equals to null. Okay, or okay, so this is an R, no, this is an R operator. If this password value, sorry, let me password and the confirm password, right? Okay, instead of this, instead of directly taking the password and the confirm password, let me check. Okay, so we'll take one validation by another. Okay, we'll take all required first. Okay, if username value, okay, so directly jumping in, we'll take something clear. Okay, if username value is equals to, okay, if username value is equals to empty, or username value is equals to null. Okay, so null, we need to give an error message. Okay, means it's we are making it as a required field. Okay, the username as a required field here. Okay, if username is empty or null. Okay, what is the difference between empty and null here? So empty and null means, so here suppose, okay, so giving white space. Okay, giving white space is an empty. Okay, without giving white space also, suppose if you skip that field, that is null. Okay, so thus we are checking both. Okay, so when username is equals to null or empty, okay, we need to give an error message. So not give an error message. Okay, so we make use of an apex pages. Okay, when you write an apex page. Okay, so I'll say how to write an error message. Okay, so just I'll Google it. Okay, everything will be available in internet. What you are thinking is correct. Okay, we need to copy and paste, but we need to know what to copy and where to paste. Okay, so I'm searching for apex. So how I'm searching? Okay, so errors. So this, okay, errors, displaying errors with error, or I say error tag. So displaying error messages. So just I'm trying to get that code from the internet. Okay, error message with Visual Force pages. Right. Okay. Okay. So many examples will be there. Okay. Right. Okay. So as I had I had an experience, I'll understand. Okay. So this is the correct one. Right. So this will get with experience only. Okay. See here. So here the severity will be there. Okay. So severity can be an error. Okay. So we can take error. Okay. Error as a severity. We can take info as a severity. Okay. And we can take a warning as a severity. Okay. So we can take these severities. Okay, we can take these severities. Okay, this is to display display any message. Okay, so please understand. Okay, initially this is intended to display any message. Okay, any message, and this is in a static method. Okay, so this is a static method. Okay, how can we call a static method directly within a class name? Okay, so this apex pages is in a class name that we can call. We are calling in a static method. Okay, we are calling in a static method. Okay, but if you try to understand, okay, so all the predefined, okay, all the predefined, if I say at okay, at package levels, okay, at you or at object level, okay, all the predefined methods, okay, all the predefined methods will be the static methods only. Okay, all the predefined methods, okay, all the predefined methods will be the static methods only, and the user defines. Okay, so all the predefined means, okay, so what which is already there within a software. Okay, okay, suppose so Java is having so it's pretty the predefined methods, right? Okay, so it is having its own predefined methods. For example, class dot for name. Okay, so when you're trying to establish a database connection, we write in a class dot for name. Or if you take, okay, let me take some simple example. Okay, suppose file dot upload. Please try to understand. Okay, in terms of Java, I'm saying file dot upload. Okay, so file dot with this is what happens. With the file dot upload directly we'll get in a browser. Okay, we'll get in a browser, Okay, so and from so we are not writing the code. Please understand. For the browse functionality, we don't write the code, right? So just we'll make use of the predefined function called as an upload function. So that we'll call within a file. So something the vendor want to give as an something the vendor want to give as an as an as in a future. Okay, so or how can I say? Um, Suppose if you want to give any future, okay, and any future means okay, so that will be within a static method only. Okay, so that will be within a static methods. Okay, what I'm trying to say here means all the predefined methods will be the static methods only. So if it is in a static method, what we can do? Okay, if what we can do, we can call within a class name, right? Okay, we can call within a class name. Okay, so here we can call this in a predefined method. Okay, so we can call in a predefined method within a predefined class so that we can get the predefined functionality. Okay, what is the predefined functionality here? So browsing. Okay, so the so on clicking on the button, we need to get in a browse. Okay, so and that browse is something that will check look into the local device. Okay, so this we are not writing this for we are not writing code for this. This something is something the vendor is giving as an out of box functionality. Okay, so that's he will so what he want to give as an out of box. Okay, what he want to give in terms of Java also I'm saying. Okay, if he want to give anything anything as an out of box means the vendor want to give means, so they will create in the form of the static methods only. Okay, all the predefined methods. Okay, what I need to conclude here means all the predefined methods will be the static methods only. So if it is static method, we can call we can call so we can call by the class name. Okay, so the predefined method can be called by predefined class so that we can get the predefined functionality in our program. Okay, so thus all the predefined methods will be static only. So in the same way here, so this add method, so this add message is in a predefined method. So we are calling within a predefined class. Okay, so that is an apex class, so that we'll get in a predefined functionality. What is the predefined functionality here? This severity one. Okay, severity. Okay, suppose the error. Okay, the error is error is in a severity. Okay, so in that case we get we'll get an error message, and this error message will stop. Okay, will stop us not to save into an object. Okay, if it is an info. Okay, okay, an info is something. Okay, just it's giving an information, but on the severity we can save. Okay, so suppose if you want to give a successful message, at that time we don't go with an error, right? We go with an info here. Okay, so this type of function, this type of predefined functionality. Okay, so he is giving it in terms of a severity and that too in terms of a predefined function. Okay, in the predefined function. Okay, so thus we are making use of, we are calling this predefined method within a predefined class, right? Okay, so hope you understood. Okay, so I'll take an error here, because so when username and the password is not okay, so not empty or null, I need to give an error message saying that please enter username. Okay, fine. So when this will trigger, when I click on this save button. Okay, so I'm clicking on this submit button, the control with this action the control will comes here. Okay, and then with the set and get to the field values here. Okay, so now here I'm checking whether it is empty or not. If not means I'm giving an error message. Okay, okay, so here we get an error message, but this error message is something that should be displayed on UI, right? Okay, so that's here also we need to have a support tag. So what is that support tag for displaying the message means? So apex page messages. Okay, this page message is something that is duplicated, we'll go within a page messages, right? So now we'll check. Right, okay, so I'm running that program. So what is that program? Okay, custom registration. Right, okay, custom registration. Okay, so I have not removed the header and the sidebar. Okay, so let me remove that. So because if I don't remove, okay, maybe we think this is a standard one only. Okay, just I'm making it as false. Okay, sidebar and header. Okay, so I'm making it as false here also. Fine. So now we'll see. Okay, okay, I'm not giving any username. Okay, so just I'll click on submit. So here you are getting a message saying that please enter username. Okay, so this is something we are getting from the severity. Okay, we are getting from the this defined and the predefined severity. So here, right? So just we are getting with the existing one. Okay, so that is an importance of making use of a predefined methods. Okay, the static methods here. Right. Okay, so we'll go one by one. Okay, so I'll go with else here. Okay, so means after filling the username. Okay, next. Okay, so I need to check for password, right? Okay, so whether the password. So here I'm going with if and else. Okay, if I go. Okay, let me show why I'm going with an if else again. Okay, so here I'm saying password value. Password. Okay, if the password value is empty or null. Okay, so again I would like to give another message. So this time I say, so please enter password. Okay, so I said please enter password. So now if I go here and if I refresh, okay, I'm clicking on the submit button. So here I'm getting username and the password. It is not it is not in a good good UI. Okay, so we need to show error one by one. Okay, so then only so the customer or user will be interested in filling the forms. Okay, if you show everything at a time, it will be something weird. Okay, so we need to take one by one. Okay, so thus I'll make I'm going with an if and else. If okay and else. Okay, in this else I say the password is okay, if the password is empty or if the password is null. Right. Okay, now let me run the program. Right. Okay, let me click on submit. Okay, so here now first we get presenter username. Okay, I will enter some username. Okay, on clicking on submit button. So now we get another message saying that please enter the password. Okay, like this we'll get line by line. Okay, as we are making use of if and else. Right. Okay, so again, okay, in this else, okay, in this if, okay, I'll go with an else. Okay, in the else of this, okay, I'll go with an if. Right. Okay, so instead of password value, I say it as a confirm password value, right? And so instead of enter password, I say enter confirm password. Okay, we are going to label, right? Again, okay, so means again after entering the password, now here we need to check whether the password, the confirm password is same or not. So what I do, I'll take password value. Sorry, we need to go with an if condition. Password value. If this password value is not equals to confirm password. Confirm password. So here also we need to give an error message. So what is our error message we give? The password and the confirm password should be same. Password and confirm password should be should be same. Okay, so this is an error message we are giving. On skipping of this also. Okay, so now we need to insert. Right, so means if they enter the username, password, confirm password, and the password and the confirm password is same, then we need to allow to insert into an object, right? So we need to insert into which object? So we need to insert into the registration object, right? we need to insert into a registration object. Okay, so I'll remove this. Okay, so to just I know thought of taking, or I can take from here also, right? From the previous, okay, the object. Okay, so I thought of going from the object. No need. Okay, we are making use of here. Okay, the object, the custom object. So here, so for this object, I'll create an object reference. Okay, so very simple. I'll create an object reference. So with a new operator, okay, what happens here? With a new operator and independent. So for this independent memory, we are pointing some reference here. Obj, okay, and obj. Right, okay. So now with obj dot, okay, what are the backend fields in the object? Okay, let me show. Okay, the backend fields what you created. Just I'm duplicating. I'll remove from here. Okay, so in the registration object, so these are the backend fields, right? So these are the backend. So participant, so could you please mute from your side? Someone unmuted. Could you please mute from your side? Requesting you to mute from your side. Okay, so for this backend value called as name, okay, so what we do, we will assign, okay, we will assign what we have captured. Right. So the dot, okay, for password, okay, this is a backend value. Please understand, okay, for the backend value, I'm assigning what is the value I captured here. Okay, I'm skipping off all these validations. Okay, obj dot confirm password. Okay, so what I captured here, just I'm assigning. Right, okay, so on assigning, okay, so directly, so here, so this is a controller program. So this is a presentation logic, right? Okay, so the view, okay, and this is a controller program as we have discussed earlier. Okay, so no need to write now in order to save into an object. No, there is no need to write in a model program. Okay, so directly within a DML statements we can insert into an object. No need to write. Okay, so directly this will be inserted. Okay, in case of no JDBC or Hibernate, okay, we need to write in a separate program. Okay, according to that database. Okay, whereas here as well in a cloud environment. Okay, so there will be in a single database only. Okay, so that is handling by Google as of now. Okay, so directly this will be saved. So we'll see. Right, okay, so click on any object. Apex slash, what is the page name? Custom registration, right? Okay. Right, okay, we'll see. Okay, one by one. Because here we are getting username is required. Okay, giving some username. I'm going with my daughter name. Right, okay. Right, okay. So now we are getting password is required. Okay, I'm going with incorrect password. Okay, and anyhow we'll get this confirm password also. Okay, so just I'm going with an incorrect one. Okay, so I'm clicking on the submit. So here we are getting error message saying that password and the confirm password should be same. Right, so let me go with the correct one now. So 1 2 3 4 5. Here also I'm going with 1 2 3 4 5. Right, okay, so now on clicking on the submit, it will be saved. Okay, so this is getting saved, but it is not getting notified. So here we'll see. Okay, if I go to the registration object, I can see, so this record, okay, twice I have created. Okay, right, so 1 2 3, so this is correct. Okay, so this is what I created, but no, so the user should notify, right? Okay, so this has been successfully created. So thus we'll again here we'll take the help of this add message only after inserting. Okay, So instead of giving an error message, okay, we'll go with an information, okay, saying that so this is successfully inserted. Successfully inserted. Okay, successfully inserted is an no, so message I'm giving, right? Okay, we'll see. So apex slash followed by custom registration, right? Okay, custom registration page. Okay, so this time I'll give everything correct. Okay, username, right? Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I'm giving the correct one only. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we already tested, right? So now I'm clicking on submit. Okay, see here. So we are now, so user will get notification also. Okay, successfully inserted. Okay, right. Okay, so this is why we go for a custom controller here. So we had something called as an extensions also. Okay, for example, so I said that. Okay, here we had 3 types of controllers. Okay, hope you are clear. One sec, please. Hope you are clear within a standard controller and a custom controller. Okay. So why we go from a standard controller? Okay, whenever you are performing the standard functionality like save, only save. Okay, at the time we go to a standard controller. Okay, okay, and so when we go for means so participants, could you please mute? So requesting to mute from your side, please. Right. Okay. Fine. Okay. So whenever we are dealing with a standard functionality like saving, okay, before saving we are not performing any custom validation check. After saving also we are not interested in there is no requirement of performing any post logic, okay, like navigating to other page. At that time we'll go within a standard controller. Okay, so when we go within a custom controller, so whenever we had this, okay, so here in this situation we had, right? Okay, so we need to check whether the password is confirmed, password is same. Okay, before saving we need to do this validation check. So thus we went within a custom controller here, right? And we had something called as an extensions also. Okay, so standard controller, custom controllers, and extensions will be there. Okay, so what is this extensions means? So whenever you are in need of having standard functionality in the custom logic, okay, for example, after, okay, so I need to add an attachment. Okay, so let me show. So let me go to the Salesforce. Okay, suppose, so here for this registration page itself, suppose if you want to add an attachment, so this is out of box. Okay, no, so this is standard one. Okay, I have not created any. This is standard one, right? Okay, I mean the standard UI, not standard controller here. This is right. Okay, so here this nodes and attachment. Okay, why we are getting these nodes attachments? Because when we are creating this registration page, we have enabled the checkbox. Okay, so to add an nodes and attachments. Okay, so thus you can add nodes and attachments here. Okay, directly you can add. Okay, if it is a standard one. Okay, so suppose I'm adding some, so nodes and so this also we are getting as an out of box. Okay, okay, so we can add in nodes and attachment. Okay, suppose when it is in a standard UI. Okay, but as of now, if I want to, have in the custom logic. Okay, in the custom logic. Okay, at that time we'll go. So this is a standard functionality only, right? Okay, so please type. Okay, let me take. Okay, instead of taking that example, I'm sorry. Let me take another example here. So here, save and new. So let me take simple one. Okay, save and new. So what this save and new means okay, suppose I create some record and I click on save and new. So this record will be saved, and then again, so say the record will be inserted in the backend, and again we are redirecting to the same page. Okay, we are redirecting to the same page, right? Redirecting to the same page. Okay, so this we can have. So means the save thing we need to get from the standard controller, but redirecting to the same page. Okay, that we do within a custom logic. Please understand. Okay. Or let me take quickly. That as well, so that you will be clear about 3 controllers. So let me create a Visual Force page. extension example. Right. So this is same. Okay. So just for time being, I'm copying from here. All right. Okay. So what is optional now? So not this. So participant, could you please mute from your side. Okay. Right. Okay. So just what I'm saying. Okay. So just we need to insert and we need to write. No, we need to have the save and new functionality. Okay. So that we cannot have within a standard controller. Okay. So we need to go with an extension. Okay. I'll say why we need to go with an extension here. Okay. Standard controller. Okay. Suppose it's an account object. An account object here. Okay. So earlier directly we are saving. Okay. This is correct. Okay. For the standard controller. But what is the requirement now? So we need to go within a save and new. Okay. So up to this button, that is fine. Okay. Within a standard controller. Okay. So now I need to have save and new. Okay, save and new. Okay, so what is save and new? We need to save the record in the backend and we need to redirect to the same page. Okay, so that we cannot have within a standard controller. Why? Because saving is okay, but redirecting to the same page means we need to redirect to this page only, right? Suppose the extension example. Okay, we need to redirect to the same page. Okay, so that we cannot do within a directly within a standard controller. We need to do within extensions here. Okay, I'll remove this. Okay, just I'll deal with an okay, this also fine. Okay, so now so no, so that is no, so thus we cannot go within a save. Okay, I'll say save and new here. So this is something, okay, we need to write in the custom logic only. Please understand. Okay, so this is something we need to write in the custom logic only, but we need to have the save. Initially, we need to have this, we need to take the save from the standard functionality on over that. Okay, we need to redirect to the we need to redirect to the same page. Okay, so that we need to have in the custom logic. Okay, so thus we need to go within a standard controller within a extensions. Right. Okay, so standard controller with extension. Okay, when we go for standard controller with the extension, so whenever we are in need of having a standard functionality, okay, here like save in the custom logic. Okay, custom logic, so redirecting to other page. Okay, then we go with a custom controller with an extension. Okay, so here I'm saying so extension controller. So you can do anything else. Okay, so what is in a constructor? A constructor. Okay, so what is in a constructor? Okay. When we create an object itself. Okay. So let me take like this. Okay. So what is an advantage of what is an advantage of a constructor over the method? Over the method means, okay, so let me create, okay, let me show from here. Okay, so what is in a constructor? Okay, so basically the constructor is something with a class name. Okay, so constructor is also in a special method. Okay, so constructor is also in a special method, so which is same as your class name. Okay, but what is a special thing here means the constructors will not have the constructor is also in a method. Okay, so as as it is having open and close parentheses, it is method only. But what is a special thing means it is same like your class name. Okay, same like your class name, and the constructors will not have a return type. So why they have come up with this statement means if you give, if you go to return type, the compiler if you go to return type, let me okay, if you give a return type here, so here the compiler itself will be in the confusion state whether to differentiate, so this is a method or a constructor. Okay, so thus they have given a statement saying that constructors will not have a return type. Okay, so this is a constructor, okay, of this class. Okay, so this constructor will be loaded on object creation time itself. Okay, no need to call this constructor explicitly. Okay, like how you are calling the method. Okay, here we are calling the method, right? Okay, we are calling the method. So on object creation time itself, what happens if there is any default constructor that will be called automatically. So in this sense, what is an example of what is an advantage of a constructor means we can pass the values to the constructor on object creation time itself. Okay, when you're creating an object at the time itself, so we can pass the values. Okay, so that on taking of these values, okay, on taking of these values, we can perform the logic here. So this is an advantage of a constructor. Okay, so here also in the same way. So okay, it is asking to it is asking to create a constructor here. Okay, so what is an in this sense, on loading of the page itself. Okay, on loading of the page itself, we'll pass these values to the, we can get the values to the constructor here. Okay, so there creating of an object itself, to get a constructor, we can get the values, right? So as we went within as we are going within a standard control with the extension, okay, it is saying to write this, saying to include this constructor, right? Okay, so I'm going with the same name here. So this is a it says construct text pages constructor. Okay, this is a parameter dot standard controller. Okay, I'll give some name. Okay, it can be anything else here. Okay, so some variable I'm declaring. So what happens on loading of this page? Okay, so the constructor should have a page. I can load visible. Why it is not visible? So still it is saving, right? Okay, so usually why we get this. Okay, so for the save and new, we'll write in a method, right? So in order to perform this logic, please understand, not to perform the save and new logic. Okay, I need to write in a method here. Okay, so leave about the constructor. Okay, right. Okay, I mean to say as of now. Okay, so this we write. Okay, to avoid the errors, I'm doing all this. Okay, first. Okay, save and now as what is the error showing or no, accordingly I'm creating. Fine. So this is a method. So this is the method. Fine. Okay, and this method is not having any return type. Fine. Let me save this. Fine. Okay, so now you'll understand. Okay, what is an advantage of the standard controller. Okay, in extensions. Okay, so here saving. Okay, the saving thing will get through constructor itself. Because here if you go if you take this variable of the constructor, okay, so I'm clicking on this, so here, so you can get all this, okay, on the loading of the page itself, the save thing. Okay, like this we'll get the save. Accordingly we can give, so here accordingly we can get the record, so get record also. Suppose because suppose we need to add an attachment. Okay, so first we need to save some object or some record. Over that, okay, we need to add an attachment. Okay, so that so for that purpose we need to work with a get record. Okay, so as per this example, okay, we'll get the save only. Okay, but because we are discussing about the save and new, right? Okay, we'll get the save. Okay, so we can get the save. Okay, so I will save this save. Okay, so this save functionality. Okay, so this save functionality. So here, okay, so we need to have some. Okay, so we please understand, or okay, so instead of writing here, okay, so please understand. So this save is something. Okay, so this will be here itself, right? So this save will be here itself, but we need to have that save, the save functionality in this method. Please understand. Okay, so we need to have here. We cannot make use of this variable here. Why we cannot make? Sorry. Okay. Okay, even though so here when we are trying to make use of this variable here, we are getting an error message. So why we are getting an error message means this is a local variable. This is a local variable. Okay, what is an accessibility of the local variable? We can access within this method or within this constructor only, right? But as per the save and new, so we need to have this in the in other method. Okay, so you know, right? So this local variable, okay, so the accessibility here itself, in order to make it available throughout the class, what we need to do, we need to make it, you know, we need to make this variable available as an instance variable. Okay, so that's what I do. I'll create an instance variable. Please understand. So I'm creating an instance variable. Okay, suppose I'm saying it's in a standard controller. I'm creating an instance variable now. So this instance variable is something. What is the accessibility of instance variable? We can make use of throughout the class, right? So that's what I do. So this functionality I will assign to, so this, you know, so this save controller. Okay, or I don't take save here. I'll assign this local variable. Okay, I'm assigning this local variable to the instance variable so that I can make use of this throughout the class. Okay, so now I'll make use here. Right, so see, now we're not getting error. Means we are making use of save here. Okay, why? Because I'm clicking on save. First we need to save. After that we need to redirect to the same page. So in order to redirect to the same page, we need to work, you know, in order to redirect, we need to work with a page reference. Okay, this is a predefined class. For this class, I'll create some reference. Sorry, I'm creating an object reference. Okay, so as a parameter, okay, so unloading of this page again, you know, we can pass the values like how you are passing here. So please understand. Okay, so please try to learn or try to understand. Okay, so I'm comparing with Java. Okay, how we are passing values here in the same way in order to navigate to other page. So we can pass parameters here. Okay, so just directly. Okay, it will take the domain name automatically. Just I'll go with an apex slash. Okay, so slash apex. We need to navigate to the same page, right? Extension example. Okay, I go with an extension example here. So extension example, because save and new means we need to save the record and we need to redirect to the same page. Extension example. Right, okay. And so obj, you know, so this reference start. So I need to work with set redirect. Okay, set redirect. Okay, so with these two lines, okay, set redirect, I need to make it as true. Okay, with these two lines, so this will be redirected. So with these two lines, you know, it will be redirected. You know, after saving, here first we are saving. Okay, I'm clicking on save menu. We are saving. After saving, we are redirecting to the same page. Okay. So in order to redirect to the same page, okay, here we should not go with an we should not go with an we should not go with an void here. Why? Because so there is a return type. Okay, what is the return type here? So to avoid the confusion, okay, so just I'll take. You can write anything else here. Okay, so just it's an object reference only. Okay, I'll go no. So we need to redirect to the page, right? Okay, so we need to redirect to the page. Okay, so thus I'll go with the return this page reference. So now what is error we get? We get, you know, so there is no, so we need to change the return type. Okay, so instead of void, as there is a return, you know, as there is a return type here, so void means it returns nothing. It returns nothing means it won't returns anything else back to that method. Okay, so whereas here we had something to return back. Or what is that we need to return back? So we need to redirect to the same page, right? So that we are returning back. Okay, so thus I'm returning the page reference. Right, okay, now let me check. Okay, so whether the save and Sunil is not working, is working or not. Okay, extension example, fine. Apex slash extension example. Let me write here. I will take, okay, so by seeing here, okay, so by seeing here, I'm typing here because I had bad memory. Right. Okay, extension example. Right. Okay, so this is fine. Okay. Okay, so to add the just I will fed, okay, sidebar and show header. So I'm making it as false. Okay, here also I need to make it as false so that we don't get header in the sidebar file. So here, okay, so yes, so now let me give some record. Okay. Right, okay, I'm giving some industry. Okay, so here on clicking on the save and now what is to happen. So this Raghu record should be saved in the backend and we need to redirect to the same page. Correct? Right. So here this is happening. Okay, so here I think in this happening, okay, we'll check on. So this is redirect to the same page. Okay, so we only the thing we need to check the backend whether this Raghu record has been created or not in account object. So here this Raghu record has been created. Okay, so here what we did, we have replicated the save and new. Okay, so for simple save we went with standard controller, and so before saving, okay, in order to perform the in order to perform the validation check, okay, on the registration object, we went with a standard, we went with a custom controller, and so for save and new, okay, so saving and we need to react to the same page. Okay, so for that we went with a standard controller with an extension. Okay, so what is standard controller and extension means? Okay, so whenever we are in need of having a standard, okay, so whenever we are in need of having a standard controller, standard logic, so the standard logic in the custom, okay, in the custom controller, okay, what made us to write in a custom controller here, we need to redirect to the same page. Okay, so then we at that time we go within a custom control, standard control within extensions. Okay, so hope you are clear. Yes, and so I think we can stop here. So if you had any questions or queries, so I'm ready to take. So please, so anything, so yesterday's session or today's session. Okay, if you have any queries or any any questions or no, please, you're feel free to ask. Okay. So anything, anything. Right. Right. Fine. I will, I'm handling.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah, please.
I have one small question, sir. Sir,
Yeah,
could we
please.
apply the machine learning techniques in the cloud platform and we can control the things, hardware?
So machine learning techniques. So here, so please correct me if I'm wrong. So machine learning techniques means something that is that is applicable only for some devices, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. So yes, sir.
Not
So
in some
something.
device. Even anything we can able to model using machine learning. But here I want to use the cloud computing with respect to machine learning. No need to use my laptop or my hardware, but I want to control the other things using the
Yeah,
server.
yeah. Yes, sir. So means I mean to say here. So we have. So what is the key success of this Salesforce means? No, we can have an integrations also. Okay, so we can have an integrations with any type of databases and any type of devices as well. So, for example, I need to have a WhatsApp integration with my with my to Salesforce. No? So,
Yes, sir.
suppose something is created. For example, if I take any YouTube channel with a certain type of and the link of different Salesforce channels from there and we get to a WhatsApp. Okay, so this type of devices.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So thanks for asking, sir. Anyone had any queries? Any questions?
Thank you, Pradeep.
Right. Now I would like to hand over to Raghavendra. So, jump on.
Good morning, everyone. This is M. Raghavendra, Assistant Professor of CSC. I'm happy to convey the closing remarks for the third session of 1 week faculty development program on cloud computing and its applications, organized by Department of CSC, G. Puladini College, Autonomous, Kurnool. I would like to thank today's speaker and my friend Mr. Pradeep, Technical Lead, Uran Uresia, Bangalore, for delivering an insightful session about Salesforce, which include the topics Salesforce Cloud Platform, Salesforce Application Elements, Administrations and Customizing the Console of Salesforce Cloud Computing Technology. Thank you, Pradeep. I would like to thank my entire organizing team for their efforts in conducting the faculty development program. Finally, I thank all the participants across the globe for their active participation on this third day of the faculty development program. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you very much. I kindly request all the. Thank you, Pradeep. I kindly request all the participants, please give the feedback for today's session. Already feedback link posted in the chat box. After 30 minutes, feedback link expert, sir. Please, everyone, immediately give the feedback for today's session. Thank you all. Thank you, Pradeep.
Yeah, thanks, Raghavendra. No? He's very good friend of mine. So because of him, I'm here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, everyone. So thanks, Aranav. Welcome anytime, sir. Thank you. So thanks, everyone. Okay, so I can say bye. Okay, so right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.